Chevrolet Engineering College, JNTUK. Satellite Communication, final year ECE, as per JNTUK syllabus, final year, unit number 4, topic CDMA, lecture number 46, June 23, Wednesday. So this is the last model for multiple access technique, code division, multiple access. So up to in previous lectures, up to in previous classes, so the basic principle in code division multiple access scheme is mentioned in the slide. So how many number, if the number of users can occupy all the transponder bandwidth, all of the given time. So that is here called CDMA, code division multiple access. So the another principle behind this CDMA is all signals are encoded. So all signals are encoded such that information from an individual transmitter so can be recovered by a receiving station so that knows the code being used in the presence of all other CDMA signals which are in the same bandwidth. So these two lines are very important while attempting the examination. So we have to insert these information. So all signals are encoded. So we have some signal which is in sinusoidal or some V of t, which has a time format. That signal is to be encoded. Encoding means in the form of binary, logic 1, logic 0. So therefore, the information from the individual transmitter. So how many transmitters are available within the prior coverage area? Suppose if you have two transmitters, so these two transmitters can receives the information recovered by the receiving station. So that receiving station has a knowledge for a code that should be being we have to implement in the particular thing. So this is the these two lines are called basic principles of CDMA, and this CDMA has consisting decentralization of satellite network. So what is the meaning for here? Decentralization of satellite network is, so from the satellite signal received by the ground earth station via downlink. So during this downlink, so all receivers can share the information by this link. So in this CDMA, by using the decentralization of satellite network, so a pair of earth stations are communicating to coordinate their concerned transmissions. So nothing but all earth stations are communicating one to other uh, with respect to the broad monitoring version of the decentralization priority. So based upon decentralization uh, task, so ground earth stations are ready to accept the downlink from the satellite. So based upon this discussion, we have to estimate, we have to know power limitation criteria also. Why? Because practical uh, constraints of these codes, which are being used regularly. So subject to transponder power limitations and the practical constraints of the codes in use, stations with traffic can access a transponder on demand without coordinating their frequency or time of transmission with any central authority. So by using this CDMA, all transponders should be monitored. All transponders should be monitored. So all transponders, they have to monitor. So therefore power limitations and practical considerations for the codes are regularly used in this particular agencies of TDMA and FDMA. In the CDMA principle, each receiving station is allotted for their code. So this code should be in the binary string, for example, +1, -1, +1, -1, etc. So this code resembles any transmitting station that wants to send the data to the earth station must use this proper correct code. So this is the principle of this CDMA. So every transmitting station must follow. So every transmitting station must follow. Every transmitting station wants to send this data to that earth station by this proper correct code. So another important principle for this CDMA, another important principle here, this CDMA consisting of generating of this code 16 bits, clear? So this 16 bits code data that should be generated by this implementation of this CDMA. So this CDMA codes, whatever generated by the transponders, transmitters, they have here technically called as chips. So 16-bit coded data in this topic called as chips. So this 16-bit code data chip is to distinguish them from the message bits of the data transmission. So to recognize what is the data, to know what is the information, to identify what is the information does the particular data station delivers the information by the transponder. So that should be symbolically here represent as chip, and that should be called as here message bit. Clear? Next information. So when this CDMA chip sequence is modulated, so this sequence should be modulated by the data bits of the original message. Why? Because here the information or baseband signal that should be translated into, converted into bit strings, and this bit string depends upon the concerned chip rate. So for proper reproduction or for proper delivery of these message, chip rate is always greater than data rate. That we have to know. Chip rate is always greater than, then only the at the demodulator stage we have to recover the proper data in correct sequence. So first you have to initiate the message signal. So that message signal is so that message signal is here represented by its data rate. So by using this data rate concept, we have achieved very good speed in the digital transmission. Why? Because we use this wide spectrum, simply called spread spectrum. So for short answer, this spread spectrum is very important. What is the need or significance of the spread spectrum? The meaning for spread spectrum here, first you choose the message signal and then convert this message signal into equivalent binary form. Later, apply this message signal binary form coded sequence to the modulator for one of the input, and for the another input, you say some dummy pseudo code that is called some PS code. So this modulator do the product of this message signal and pseudo signal. So it will generate the modulated string. That string is here called as a spread spectrum. In this CDMA spread spectrum, another information is here, direct sequence spread spectrum. So what is the meaning of this direct sequence spread spectrum? So in the satellite communication, by using this direct sequence spread spectrum, the information is broadcasting by the frequency hopping. Why? Because in our regular communication, Bluetooth as well as the Zigbee likewise. So wireless protocols has greatest application, and wireless protocols has greatest advantages in now present scenario. So for faithful reproduction as well as faithful configuration, this direct sequence spectrum has the greatest advantage and has one of the application in satellite communication which has inbuilt of frequency hopping spread spectrum that should be used in the Bluetooth system for multiple access in short range of local area wireless network for LAN and WLAN. So we have wireless LAN, so 2.4 gigahertz to 5.2 gigahertz. So during that band, the spread spectrum as well as direct sequence spread spectrum as well as frequency hopping uh, task, both are be well-known applications. So another important application for this CDMA, which is used in terrestrial communication or some security communication, for example, military application. For example, in the military application, this is spread spectrum CDMA that has a transmission across global, which is having a wide bandwidth. So to detect this signal with the more prior rate, spreading the energy in the signal across wide bandwidth, so that can make the noise power spectral density in the receiver, so which is having a greater than power spectral density of the receiving signal. During this transmission, the signal is called buried in the noise. So the common feature for this direct sequence spread spectrum is which is having very good header detection in the concerned area. So why? Because we have to estimate the correlation process. You have correlation process in the communication system. So by using this correlation process, recovery of original data from direct sequence spread spectrum also very important. This will be take another problem, jamming of the signals. So the jamming indicates the deliberating of this transmission of radio signal at the same frequency to bolt over someone else transmission. So both of these attributes are very important for making the prior understanding on this application. Similarly, another explanation, another important application in this CDMA, cellular telephone system, another important application. So in the previous slide, I explained application of CDMA in military communication. Now in this slide, CDMA has the greatest advantage and application in cellular telephone system, where by using the cellular CDMA, they have increased the cell capacity. So cell is some geographical area where some users are strictly uh, applicable to particular cell. And concerned FDMA, so the LEO satellite system was designed to use this CDMA for multiple access by the satellite telephones. So another advantage of this is CDMA soft handoff, which is very popular task in the cellular and mobile communication. So based upon this technique, we have here to explain spread spectrum transmission and reception. So let us watch how to indicate this spread spectrum. So for better understand the spread spectrum, so consider some incoming bit stream. So here I am drawing incoming bit stream. So my bit stream has binary information like this, some low value -1 and +1. So this signal is applied as one of the input for modulator. There it is the product modulator. This is the product modulator, and this is the concerned string. So here I am giving sequence that is for pseudo noise sequence. Why? Because the main intention for this CDMA for satellite communication is that should be restricted to direct sequence system, and as well as the spreading the codes using this DS SSCDMA that will helps to design more good auto correlation properties for and low cross correlation. So for a better understanding, so this direct sequence spread spectrum codes that should be treated as a pseudo noise sequence. So here take some pseudo noise sequence as in the dummy format. So here I am representing some pseudo noise. This is the pseudo noise. So this pseudo noise has some +1, +1. So +1, 3 bits. So -1, it is a random signal. So minus, plus, minus, and minus. So it is the one cycle. So what is the first cycle indicates here? -1, minus +1, +1, 1, -1, 1, -1, -1. So this is the first cycle representation. 1, 1, 1, -1, 1, -1, -1. Similarly, can repeat this cycle for the second cycle also. Repeat this pattern. So 1, 1, 1, -1. So 1, -1, and -1. So these are the two inputs. Slide show address. So this is the two inputs for the modulator. Now what is the output from the modulator? Just multiply this cycle with -1. So -1 into, first to draw the reference. So -1 into +1, -1. So -1, again -1, again -1. Clear? Next. So minus into minus plus. -1 into +1, -1. And -1, -1, +1. -1, -1, +1. So this is for this negative cycle. Just multiply the -1 with this cycle. So it is the first cycle. Similarly, continue this procedure. So +1 +1 +1 +1 +1 +1 +1 +1 -1 -1 +1 +1 minus. So both are be minus. Nothing but same signal will come. So this is the basic principle of direct sequence spread spectrum. So this example should be expressed in the final examination manuscripts also. So this is the basic principle of direct sequence spread spectrum. So each incoming message data bit multiplied by the PN sequence. So in this example, message sequence is -1 +1 and the PN sequence is +1 +1 +1 -1 +1 -1 +1. So in this example, there are 7 chip spread code sequence. So the 7, what are the chip codes means? These are the chip codes. So 111 01 00. So what is 111 01 00? So this is the spread chip codes. So now what is the final output you got here with this spread sequence multiplies the data sequence which is 01 that leading to the transmitted sequence. So here you got transmitted sequence. What is the transmitted? 0 0 0 1 0 1 1 1. So this is for 7-bit. Similarly, same bit 1 1 1 0 1 0 0. This is 7 bits likewise. So now we wanted to recovery of this original data stream of these 14 bits from the DSSS signal. Same reverse procedure can be done by multiplying the received signal by the PN code. This process should be again demodulated. So now take this bit stream. Now take this bit stream and apply it to the concerned modulator. Now how to recover this information? How to recover this information? Let us see. So what is the first one? So we have here so unit number 4 complete avibadindi multiple access techniques. Unit number 4 multiple access FDMA, TDMA, onboard processing, DAMA, CDMA. సిలబస్ లో వాళ్ళు ఇచ్చినటువంటి అన్ని టాపిక్స్ కూడా మనం ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసుకున్నాం. టుమారో నుంచి యూనిట్ నంబర్ 5. సో యూనిట్ నంబర్ 5, యూనిట్ నంబర్ 6 31st లోపు కంప్లీట్ చేస్తే మిడ్ 1 మిడ్ 2కి రెడీ అవుతారు. యూనిట్ 5 స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం రేపటి నుంచి.